It is 11:59 p.m. and I have decided to embark on an alterations journey. Let's start with the one that I'm most excited about. I purchased this top without trying it on. Mistake number one. Here she is. It fits under the bust, but is tight in the bust area itself. So I need to add a few inches to each side. I'm thinking of doing that with a gusset, a triangle gusset. I was able to find this little piece of pink fabric poking out over here. I was able to find, also it's raining. Can you hear that? I was able to get some pink fabric. So we're gonna add a triangle gusset to the side. And we're probably going to have to, I'm thinking that I might have to add more fabric to the ruffle. Because of the way this top has been constructed, my original plan to add a gusset from the top here down 8 inches isn't gonna work. So here's what I'm going to do. So the top has this top area, which is the bust area, and then this is the ruffle, and this is the bottom half of the top. The ruffle is sandwiched in between those two layers. For the bottom part of the top, I'm gonna attach the gusset to this. Then I'm gonna add a few inches of fabric to the ruffle to accommodate that extension and length. Then for this top portion, this bust portion, I'm just going to add a rectangle of fabric from here. Gusset for the lower section, for the ruffle, and there are two of these. And these are for the top section. They're going to be folded in half and sewn in place. So I've attached the additional fabric to the ruffle, and that will be gathered into this bottom section here. Now we're gonna work on the top. So I flip the seam allowance outside, and remember we cut double the length. Instead of folding it and sewing it like that and having the seam allowance be visible over there, I'm going to sew it like this. So I'm going to open it up and sew it. So you see it goes round. I'm going to sew it like this so that when you flip it open, there's no seam allowance, just like the top originally was. So I'm going to sew it down there and do the same thing on the other side. We're almost done. I took a little break, so it's much later in the night, early morning. I'm going to gather this ruffle section into the bottom part and then close up the seam. Doing this by hand just because it seems easier. Is that actually true? I don't know. It's now 3:33 a.m.
I'm going to show you how to make belt thread loops. I'm Colleen Geely and this is Fashion Sewing Blog TV. And can keep
So something you may or may not notice about this jacket sweater is that the facing is visible from the outside. This is how I believe it should be, with this piping along the edge. But instead, all the way around, the facing comes out. This is the facing. It is sewn onto the edge in order to finish it, so there's no raw edge there. Sort of like lining, but it doesn't cover the entirety of the inside of the garment. So facing really ought to be sewed down. So I'm hemming the facing down to the fabric to stop it from poking out. I've already done this side. So now onto this one. Up next, we have some pants. I also need to sew a button back onto them. Here is the button in question, and here is where it's supposed to be. Alright, these next two are tears that we need to mend. One of them came with a tear. I thrifted it like that. And the other one hooked onto something and tore. This is my also beloved top. You've heard about her before. And this is a skirt. There is a tear there. Oop. There is a tear there. Yeah. I'm thinking a braid stitch. I'm hoping that will work for that. And then on this side, it hooked onto something. The top layer tore off from the bottom layer, and then it also tore up. So again, I'm thinking a braid stitch to hold this tear. I'll sew this seam close once this top part is fixed. Let's see. Ooh, I think there it is. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and all that other good stuff that helps support creators on this platform. Until next time.
Bye, have a great time.